So we're swiftly approaching the end of the month and payday is literally around the corner, if not already just come for you. Let me ask you an honest question. Have you been counting down the days to payday? If you have been, not to worry, you're definitely not alone. Did you know that up to 40% of UK employees have admitted to living payday to payday and having zero emergency fund? What's even more alarming is that 30% of these respondents actually reveal that they have serious financial problems which are really having a negative effect and impact on their lives. So if you fall into that 40% that is currently living payday to payday and struggling to break that paycheck to paycheck cycle, then today's video is definitely one you're going to want to stay tuned and watch, because in today's video what I'm going to be doing is sharing with you 9 things that you can do to finally help you break that paycheck to paycheck cycle once and for all. Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel. If you're new around here, thanks for stopping by, and if you're a returning subscriber, thank you so much for coming back to watch another video. It's amazing to have you here with me again today. Today's video, guys, what I'm going to be doing is sharing 9 really practical things that you can do when it comes to your personal finances to help you finally break that payday to payday cycle and have more of your money set aside to put towards your own financial goals. So we're swiftly approaching the end of 2021 and there's literally 3 months left until we enter into 2022, but that is still more than enough time for you to achieve some financial goals. So I think one of the things that can really help you break that payday to payday cycle is to set yourself some short, medium and long-term financial goals. Is your overdraft currently over £1,000? Maybe you want to set yourself a financial goal of reducing it to £500 by the end of the year. That's giving you something practical and actionable that you can work towards over the next 3 months before we move into 2022. Because when you have a clear plan and a clear goal for your money, you're less likely to overspend on things that don't matter and you're more likely to stay focused on achieving those financial goals. Having those short-term goals will help you stay focused day to day, but at the same time, when you have long-term goals and a bigger goal in which you're working towards, it's definitely more likely to help you stay the course. This is because you have a clear direction in which you're heading in, and though you may slip up along the way, you'll quickly recover because you have a direction in which you're going. Because the reality is, if you don't know where you're going, how are you going to know when you arrive at that destination? Another thing that's going to really help you break that paycheck to paycheck cycle is creating a budget, because it's so important to tell your money where to go at the start of the month so that when the end of the month comes, you're not sitting there thinking, where has all my money gone? You have a plan of action for that money, you know exactly where it's all going, it's all accounted for, and you're more likely to be able to achieve that goal of breaking that payday to payday cycle. So if you've watched any number of my videos, you'll know that my preferred method of budgeting is the zero-based budget, and that's because you make a plan for every single penny and every pound of your income at the start of the month before you spend any of it, and that way the money can be properly allocated to the spending categories that are important to you. I created my own zero-based budget template which I like to use to manage my finances on a monthly basis. I actually have a whole playlist which I'll link up here which shows me using my budget on a monthly basis in case you're new around here and you've never seen any of those videos. And what I'll also do for you is link in the description box below a link to my budget template which I actually use and you can use for your own personal finances too. Face your front, as my mum used to always say, face your front, mind your business, or in other words, stop trying to keep up with the Joneses and stop being distracted by what the Joneses are doing. I know the poor Joneses, they get a bad rap, and if your surname is Jones, I apologize, it's nothing personal, it's just a saying that people say. But the idea and the premise behind it is stop watching what other people are doing because you don't know what it is they're doing to acquire what they have. And I think it's so important to just not even worry about what they're doing, because the saying actually is don't keep up with the Joneses because the Joneses are broke. That may or may not be true, but either way, what they're doing, don't let that dictate what you do with your own personal finances because you don't know their story. Another saying that my mom used to always say actually is, if you don't know my story, don't be jealous of my glory. You don't know someone's financial situation. You don't know how they've got to the position in which they're in or how they're sustaining that position that they're in. You don't know anything about it. You just see it, you want it, and you want to do the same thing for yourself. And you don't realize that you're trying to fit a square peg into a round hole. Definitely face your front and mind your business, and that is going to help you break that payday to payday cycle. Another thing that's really going to help you when it comes to breaking the payday to payday cycle is to pay yourself first. Paying yourself first, I know, is something that is very difficult to do, especially if you've never done it before. There's a book that I read called The Richest Man in Babylon, absolutely incredible book. The Richest Man in Babylon basically explains how he became rich and how he was able to amass so much wealth, and he explained that he was able to do that when he had the realization that out of all the money he earned, he needed to save a tenth of that money. So save 10% of everything you earn. So for every 10 coins you get, you keep one of those coins for yourself. And when you do that, that money has the opportunity to make you more money, and that's how you amass wealth. So that one coin, if you invest it, can become 2 coins, and then if you invest those 2 coins, they can become 4 coins, and that's how the compound effect can take place and help you to generate wealth. But if every 10 coins you're getting, you're spending all those 10 coins, not only are you losing out on the value of that money, there's also an opportunity cost there as well, because you're losing out on the money that money could have made as well. So it's so important to find a way to pay yourself first and make sure you save a portion of that money to put towards investing and growing that wealth. If the lifestyle of living payday to payday is something that you've been accustomed to for a long time, it's going to be hard to really take that jump from spending all the money that you earn to now saving 10% of that income. But what I would suggest trying to do is starting with 1%. So this month, if for example you've earned £2,000, save £20, and then next month let's increase that to 2%, so now you're saving £40. By month 3 you're now saving £60, and you keep doing that, and within the space of 10 months you're now able to actually save that £200 and then put that money to work to start generating you additional income. It's not going to be an overnight thing if it's not something you're used to, so start small and then grow from there. So I actually recorded a summary of this book, The Richest Man in Babylon, which I'll link up here and in the description box below, so you can go and check it out if you want to get a bit more of a synopsis about the book, because it is literally a fantastic book when it comes to personal finances, and it will really transform your money mindset and really make you think differently about your money and how you handle it moving forward. So definitely check it out after this video. It is so important and imperative that you find yourself a hobby. Boredom is actually one of those psychological triggers that make us spend money unnecessarily. I know that the continuous lockdowns over the last 18 months have definitely been proof of this, with so many more people shopping online to cure their boredom and find ways to fill their time. Can you relate to that? Was you one of those lockdown online shoppers? If you answered yes to that last question and you're one of those people, then it's time to find yourself a less expensive time filler. You can literally do anything from reading books to learning things that can earn you extra income on the side. The options are literally endless. And if you are looking to upskill, Skillshare is definitely a great place to start. It's an online learning platform where you can take part in so many different courses and online classes to learn about anything from playing an instrument to design to web development. Literally, the options on there are endless, so definitely check it out. I'll leave my affiliate link in the description box below if you do want to sign up for the free 14-day trial of the Skillshare premium account, because yes, Skillshare is amazing. I've done so many fantastic courses on there over the past couple of years, so I can't really recommend it enough. It's definitely a good way for you to fill that idle time that you have rather than wasting it online shopping. A surefire way to break that payday to payday cycle is to pay off any high interest debt that you may have. So let's say for example your monthly salary is £2,000 and £500 of that every single month is going towards paying down debt. That is a huge problem that needs urgent attention. In my ebook, How I Paid Off £36,000 worth of debt, I talk about the steps in which I took to achieve debt freedom, and you can definitely grab your copy via the link in the description box below. The steps that I outlined in that book are the steps that I took to achieve debt freedom, and since becoming debt free, we have so much more money at our disposal to put towards our other financial goals. So whereas before all our money was going towards debt repayment, now we're able to put money towards savings, towards sinking funds, towards our emergency fund, towards investing and things of that nature. So definitely, if you have high interest debt that is kind of holding you back financially, it's time to really step up and really aggressively attack that debt and pay it off as soon as possible. And if you are currently in debt and you're thinking, oh my gosh, Tolu, I'm in debt, I'm never going to be able to break this payday to payday cycle, please rest assured there is light at the end of the tunnel. You can break the payday to payday cycle. I was able to do it, and I have confidence that you'll be able to do the same too. I did a video not too long ago actually about what to do if overwhelmed by debt. Again, I'll link it in the description box below, and I'll link it up here on a card for you to have a watch after this video. In that video I basically share different things that you can do if you're feeling overwhelmed by debt. Saving up for big purchases and paying cash instead of financing the item is really going to save you so much money. You can end up paying APRs of over 20% when you finance a single item, just because you didn't want to take the time to save the money to pay for it outright. I know advertising is always telling us buy now, pay later, you buy now, you pay in 2 years, but what they fail to tell us is that you're not only buying out and paying later, you're buying now and you're paying a fortune later. Financing so many different items is just going to eat into your bottom line, and it's going to to leave you with a lot less disposable income, and it's going to be a lot harder for you to break that payday to payday cycle. Stop making non-essentials essentials. So what do I mean by this? By this I mean, don't turn a luxury into a necessity by committing to monthly unnecessary payment. So let me illustrate my point. Let's say, for example, you need a car. Why do you need a car would be my question to you. And your answer will probably be something along the lines of, I need a new car because I need the car in order to get to work. Again, that sounds like a good reason to get a car. But before you jump into getting a new car, I would just propose a few questions to you. Could you perhaps walk to work? Could you maybe cycle to work? Could you maybe get the bus to work? Could you maybe take the train to work? Like, these are all different options, and they actually get more expensive as you go along the options that I've given you. These are different options that you can consider before jumping to purchasing a car. Are any of these options feasible ways for you to get to work in the interim while you kind of save up towards whatever your other financial goals are? Or is it a life or death thing whereby you can't go to work if you don't have a car in order to get you there? And if that is the case, fine. The necessity is you need a car to get to work. That doesn't necessarily then mean that because you need a car to get to work, you need to, for example, take out a car on finance and pay £500 a month to lease that car. Because yes, you need a car for work, but do you need that additional £500 a month expense? If, let's say, for example, you're earning £2,000 a month, so your income is £2,000 a month, then maybe committing to a £500 monthly car payment may not be the best use of your money. And that's definitely going to make it a lot harder for you to break the payday to payday cycle if you commit to these kind of unnecessary expenses and make these things that are non-essentials and essentials. And that's just one quick example to illustrate the point that I was making, in that so many things that we think are essential are not actually essential. And just by reviewing all those line items in your budget, you can actually make that judgment call as to whether or not this is indeed an essential or non-essential. If so much of your money has been committed to these non-essential things, then there's going to be a lot less money left over for you to actually then have the freedom to achieve any of your other financial goals, like we discussed earlier on in today's video. Another way to break that payday to payday cycle is to stop using your credit card. Are you the kind of person that every purchase you make, you put on your credit card, and by doing this, you end up spending a lot more money? I know that's the case for many people, because research shows that some people spend up to 83% more than they would have actually spent if they used cash when they're spending on their credit card. So if you're one of that 83% and you know that because you're paying by credit card, you're a bit more free when it comes to spending that credit card, then it may be time to cut that credit card up or park it in a drawer somewhere and forget about it for a while. Don't get me wrong, credit cards can have huge benefits for people that can manage them correctly and make them work for them. But if you know yourself that your credit card is working against you and it's making you spend a lot more money than you need to be spending, and it's making it difficult for you to break the payday to payday cycle, then like I said, I stand by my word. It's time to cut that credit card up or find a drawer to hide it in. Let me know in the comment section below if you've tried any of these things when it comes to your finances. Let me know what's worked for you, what hasn't worked for you, what you're going to be trying from the things that I've suggested in this video. I'll be really interested to know what you're going to try when it comes to helping you break that payday to payday cycle. So I hope you've been able to take something away from today's video, and if you have done so, let me know in the comment section below. And before you go, do me a favor and give it a thumbs up. Subscribe to my channel if you haven't yet subscribed. Share this video with at least one friend or family member that you know that it may be able to help, and I will see you soon for another video. Thanks for watching, guys. Bye.